Hello students, in this video we are going to see the lab part of program number 3. So if you have not seen the previous video, please refer the previous video. So in the video I have explained Dr. Tyagaraja sir's lab manual, how ID3 is implemented. So the algorithm starts with importing pandas, and you know the data file, this is the CSV file. And you see these are the concepts, and first play tennis is the target. As per our data set, we have 14 days data, 0 to 13, 14 days data. So in program 3 we will take the data set. So we are importing play tennis.csv in this df tennis. As I told before starting this, you have to understand entropy and information gain you should understand. So I will show you the formula of entropy. So you can see here, this is the formula of entropy. Previous class we have seen. So this code is implementing your entropy. See the formula, summation of I equal to 1 to c. How many classes we have from the data set? That probability p and log to p. So you can see, if you pass your probability PROBS, it will come to this line and sum. This summation symbol is given sum operator here, log 2. So math dot log 2, you have probability, you have. So the formula minus p log 2p. So this is minus p log 2p is given. And the probability, how to calculate the probability, that is the next function declared in entropy of list you see. So you may pass a list of data set. Assume that you are passing 14 data, 9 yes data and 5 no data you have. So this from collections import counter, we are importing this counter. Can you check what this counter will result in this line? So this for loop, assume that you are passing play tennis. Play tennis is having 14 data, right? First time 14 data. So 9 yes and 5 no data you have. We have 2x in that we have. So this count, how many yes data and how many no data, that is stored in CNT. And number of instances are stored in this variable. 14 data we are storing in this. We are calculating probability. So 9 by 14 is one probability and 5 by 14 is one probability. So this x is taken from this x. It saves both the combination, how many yes case and how many no case, that is in this x. So x by number of instance, 9 by 14 for your all yes cases and 5 by 14 for all your no cases. So this is passed to your entropy function. You may find the probability from PROB. Okay, this is the function to calculate entropy, and the next function you see, this is to calculate the gain value. So assume that you are passing 4 attributes here. In our data set we have 4 attributes. 4 attributes are coming. First time you have to calculate which out of 4 attribute, which attribute is having maximum gain. And the second time one attribute will be reduced, remaining attribute will be passed. And in the third case, one more will be removed. So like that it is continuously called. Now we will take only one example. Okay, so to explain this function from ID3 algorithm I will explain. First we will start the ID3 algorithm. Okay, so this algorithm starts here, DEF. Before that you can see the variables, attribute names. So we are taking all the column name, 4 column name we have, and in that target one we are removing. So this is play tennis is our target. Okay. Now in this line we are calling the ID3 algorithm. Okay. So df tennis is our entire data set including concept and target, and play tennis is our target name and the attribute names that we have separated here, attribute names. it is removed Platonist. Leaving Platonist, only 4 sorry, only 4 attribute names are passed. So it is coming to this tree ID3. So now you know your entire data frame is here, your target attribute, that Platonist is there, and remaining attributes, concepts are there in this variable. And same thing we are doing again, counter variable. So it separate your positive data and negative data. So this CNT you can see for X in DF target attribute name. So first is your target attribute name, that is number of yes and no. So this CNT will have 9 and 5. Next is if count is equal to 1. So this condition will not be true in the first case. When you test for all the data, when you go for the last data, final data, so that time only this count will become true. So that time you are stopping your tree. Second, else if, when it will run, when all the 14 data are tested, taken, so that time this condition may run. One more case is if there is no attribute. We have 4 attributes. You have taken first attribute, second, third, fourth. All 4 attributes are taken to construct the tree. After that, no more attributes are there. So that time this condition will become true. Okay. Now then we'll directly go to the else case. You see the else case. So this default class is taking max of count of keys. Already you have tested in the manual 9 yes and 5 no we have, right? So in that yes case is the maximum one. So that is stored as a default class for first time. Now gain we are calculating. We have 4 attributes. Out of this 4 attribute, which attribute is having maximum gain? So we will see that information gain of data frame, attribute, target attribute name, all these are called to this function. This function will be called how many times? You see 4 attributes names we are passing. So 4 times it is calling, correct? So this is called 4 times. Now we will go to the gain, information gain. We will see how this function is running for our first sample. Now the entire data set is coming here along with attribute name and target name. DF split. So here we are grouping. So you know that how many groups are there in every attribute. For example, Outlook is having 3 groups, temperature is having 3 groups, and the remaining 2 attributes are having 2 groups, right? So it is grouping based on the number of groups on each attribute. Okay. This is observations, number of observed data. So it finds the length of the data. Okay. NOBS. Now first, how we are calculating the information gain? I have shown you the formula. So here you can see the gain formula. First you have to calculate the overall entropy and then the remaining entropy for that particular attribute. So that is applied here. This is your old entropy, that is this entropy of S minus the other entropy. So that is given here in new entropy. So this final line will give you answer of the gain. Now we will see how to calculate this old entropy and new entropy. What is this old entropy? That is the overall entropy, correct? Overall entropy, entropy of the entire list. 9 positive case and 5 negative case we have. So already you know manually you have calculated around we got 0.940, correct? So now the entire data are passed to entropy of list. From there it passing to entropy. From there we are getting old entropy value. New entropy value every time it is changing. Now I will take for only one case. For first case we will take. So in our previous video we have taken one example, right? Here you are calculating the aggregate entropy and you are multiplying with this probability of observations. So now I will show you the formula. You see the formula. So this is the formula we are implementing. So this formula will be further extended in the example we have seen. If suppose you have 5 data, out of 5 data 3 positive and 2 negative. So how we calculated? 3 by 5 log to 3 by 5 and minus 2 by 5 log to 2 by 5. So like that this entropy is calculated. So this line is calculating that. And you can see in this line, it's a lengthy line, this is lambda function. So lambda function randomly send your data, like earlier time we have defined function, then we have passed our input, right? So by declaring as lambda, it instantly defines a function and then passes your input. Okay, so every time it changes. For example, 3 by 5, 2 by 5, or sometime 1 by 3 and 2 by 3. Out of the total attribute, how many positive, negative? So for that calculation, this lambda function is used. Okay, so this gain function will return which attribute is having maximum gain. Okay, so first time we will see this one. So the first line here, gains. How many times this for loop will run? 4 attributes are there, right? So 4 times this for loop will run. First time it is sending all the 4 attributes. And out of 4 attributes, 1 attribute will have maximum gain. And we have seen and we have tested it is outlook, right? So this line is checking the maximum gain out of 4 attributes. We know the result, it is outlook. That index is stored in this variable. So that index is assigned as the best attribute. So out of this 4 attribute, outlook is the best attribute, that is my root node. So this is the dictionary. So the beginning of dictionary, we are starting with best attribute. So outlook will be your first node. Now we have to calculate from remaining 3 attributes which attribute is best. Correct? So for that you have to remove this best attribute. So remaining attribute names are, now this for loop will run with the remaining attribute name. 3 times it will run here and it will remove this best attribute. Okay, so this is the remaining 3 attributes are stored here. Now the algorithm is again called. Same logic you can see. Now here the best attribute is already removed. Now from remaining 3 attribute again it calculates the maximum gain, which is having the maximum gain, that is passed. So this loop is continuously performed till the end. Okay. Now I can show you the tree. So first best is outlook. Outlook is having 3 class: overcast, rain and sunny. Here you can see under overcast all the values are positive case, so directly label is given. Then under rain and sunny, so you have to calculate sunny's entropy, then minus of remaining, this you have calculated, so the tree is constructed. Now after constructing a tree, you have to test the tree with sample data, right? So now we will set the training data and test data. So this training data is taking 60% of your data. We have 14 data, right? Out of 14 data, 60% will be taken for training and remaining is taken for testing. So again, the tree is constructed with training data. So only 60% of data is passed. This trained tree is constructed. Then test data is applied on the tree and you can see the accuracy. So the accuracy for 60%, 40% is 75. So now we will take one sample data, we will send the same data, the data is already there, so the accuracy will be automatically 1. So to understand this algorithm, first you practice with the data, manually you practice, then this code will be easy. Thank you.